now how do we add fractions that they have different denominators. In order to add fractions that they have different denominators, the first thing that we need to do is to find the least common denominator. We find the least common denominator and then we will change each of the denominators of the fractions that we had into new fractions, fractions that they are equivalent with the initial ones, but they have as denominator the least common denominator. So, the least common denominator of the two denominators that we have here of 4 and 5 is nothing else than the number 20. So the least common denominator is the number 20. I'm sure that you know how to find it. What you need to do is put the number 4 here, write the number 4 as a prime factorization, 2 times 2. Write the number 5 as a prime factorization. You immediately can see that the two numbers are relative prime, so the next step that you will take will be is to multiply all the digits in here. So the least common denominator of the 4 and 5 will be 2 times 2 times 5. That it gives us the number 20. Okay, now how do we add the fractions? What we need to do is first of all take the first fraction and change it in order to rewrite it with denominator 20, that is the least common denominator. In order to get from 4 to 20, you multiply it by 5. This is exactly what you need to do for the numerator. You need to multiply by 5. So the number here will be 15. So the 3/4 will be written again as 15 divided by 20. That's the new equivalent fraction. Now we have to change the second fraction. The second fraction is 2 over 5. Again, we have to take the 2 over 5 and we have to rewrite it with the denominator 20. Okay, denominator 20, how do we get from 5 to 20? You multiply now by 4. So you have to multiply by 4 the top, the numerator. This will give you 8 over 20. So the result will be 8 over 20. So now we have two fractions that they are equivalent to the initial fractions. This is what I want you to really see here, is that the 15 over 20 is equivalent to 3 over 4 and 8 over 20 is equivalent to 2 over 5. Nothing really changed since the fractions are exactly the same. They are equivalent. We add them up and the result is 23 over 20. Now you may ask, is this the final answer? Okay, let me remind you here that whenever you deal with algebra fractions, algebra problems, you never change the fractions even if they are improper fractions like this one, where the numerator is bigger than the denominator. You never change them to decimals or mixed numbers unless if they ask you to do it. So this is a fraction that remains as is, and this is the final answer. This is the answer that you will give for this problem. 23 over 20 is our final result.